Alrighty, everybody, this is Porter McFly. Welcome to our first weekly podcast that we'll probably forget about and not update very well. On
More than
episode,
likely.
on episode 1, we got a few topics right now, a few base topics to discuss. We're going to discuss our top games we are excited to see in 2021. We're also discussing the worst games in 2020 that we played, and we're going to probably go more in depth about what we saw while playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. I believe we started playing seasons like 3 through 6, right? 'Cause I know we didn't get on board right away.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I want to say season 2. I think we started in season. I think we got in on the ass end of season 2.
That's what I think too. 'Cause I know we kind of got late in the game there, and
Yeah.
we've seen, but I've seen the beta and alpha of Black Ops Cold War.
We got into Modern Warfare right when Apex Legends was starting to get bad.
Yes, that was about season 3 or 4.
Yeah, that was season 4.
Season 4, was that when the Asian guy was introduced?
Yeah, and the game just got bland, weird.
Yeah.
They nerfed the longbow. Why'd they have to do that?
Because
That's so sad.
because they hated us. All right, so let's move on to the first topic then. Games we're excited to see in 2021. So, do you have any on top of your head, or do you need me to list them off?
I gotta say the ones I'm actually pretty excited for right now is going to be the Mass Effect remake. They're actually remake. Like, I'm actually kind of interested to see if they are gonna redo the combat system, because the first Mass Effect combat system wasn't great. Basically, the only reason you played Mass Effect 1 is for the story.
Okay.
And I kind of want to say it was to be like Mass Effect Andromeda, like the combat system, which was pretty good. It wasn't anything too horribly great, but it was good.
Okay.
And then they're also coming out with another Mass Effect. It's like Mass Effect Legends, which is going to take like place when Commander I think that's like supposed to be when after Commander Shepard disappeared, and they're trying to find him.
Okay, that's during that's after 2 or after
That's after 3.
3. Okay.
So I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but and the way the trailer was, like everyone's freaking out that it was Liara that was in the trailer. One, I don't think it's probably Liara. If it is, I'm gonna be kind of sad if she's like the main character, because contrary to popular belief, I didn't like her too much. every time she talked, she sounded like she was lost, like she was somewhere else.
You didn't like Sexy Blue
Like
Lady?
No, like her body was here, but her brain was somewhere else. That's what it felt like to me. And then the stupid Shadow Corporation shit. Like, come on.
Nice. I also have
Part of the Shadow
I have a very bad thing to say is I don't actually have an opinion on the Mass Effect series because I did not play any of it. I have the original.
I enjoyed
I'm
it.
staring at it right now. I could probably play it right now, but I just haven't, just because I'm not really into that. I'm trying to get more into RPGs.
Yeah, she basically becomes like a mafia, like a leader of a mafia, and that is the only thing she will ever talk about the entire game. Is like, oh, I'm leader of a mafia. Hey, do you know I'm leader of a mafia? And when I was leader of a mafia, I did this. Like, shut up! I don't care.
Rage.
God, I hated it. And then also it was kind of weird because she was actually considered she was like 120 years old in the first game, but she was considered a teenager.
Oh,
which
good lord.
It's kind of weird because her brain isn't fully developed, so you're dating a child.
I think you did more than date.
Oh yeah, you did more than date. But yeah, they say that she got more mature by making her tits bigger.
Oh goodness.
And her ass bigger. Basically everything got big. Because basically, like, every female character and male character in the first game actually all had the same character model except for their head.
Really?
Like, everyone was the same build.
I have to look back on that. I have to do my research and look at certain.
Yeah,
cutscenes again.
Commander Shepard had the same body type as, like, Ashley and Liara. Tali had the same, like, upper body, but not the lower
Really?
body. Other than that, like, I haven't really seen too many like things are be coming out in
The
2021
only
that.
thing I
Well, no, no,
I'm
no, no. The new Batman game is actually coming out in 2021, I
oh
believe, which I'm
by
actually pretty excited for.
the guy Rocksteady, the guys who made like Arkham Knight and everything, or what?
Yeah, Arkham Knight. No, they made Arkham Knight, Arkham City, and pretty much all the Arkham games,
Okay,
and I loved every single one of them.
okay, yeah,
I've actually I've
the Red
100%ed
Hood.
every single one of them.
Nice, nice. Yeah, the Red Hood is definitely one of my favorite like DC characters of all time.
Yeah,
So I was like, really excited to
but
play.
yeah, this is actually gonna focus on like the Bat family, so it's gonna focus on like Red Robin, Nightwing.
Nice,
We don't know if Damian Wayne's gonna be in it. Probably not. Then we got like Batgirl. I think we're going up against Harley Quinn. I think Harley Quinn is finally starting to become like a bigger character in this.
sweet, sweet.
But I'm actually really excited for that because uh, yeah, like, I really enjoy the games. And also,
Hmm.
contrary to popular belief, I actually enjoyed Arkham Asylum more than Arkham City. So
Really?
yeah,
Because that one
everyone says that Arkham, like yes, Arkham City had a lot more things for you to do, but it just looked weird to me. Like what I really loved about Arkham Asylum is that it had atmosphere.
mm,
Like all the locations to me, like I thought they looked awesome. Like when the freaks first came out of the one wall, like jumped out of the wall at you and like jumped on your back and scared the absolute shit out of me. It was
nice.
horrifying.
Yeah, I think
And I just felt like they were a lot more clever in Arkham Asylum than they were in Arkham City. It's like, yeah, the Clayface twist was a pretty big twist, but they didn't really, yeah, it just felt okay.
it's another thing. I really did not play those games either. But I think one of the games I'm really excited for is I actually don't know if it's going to be released in 2021, but I believe it's been it's rumored for holiday 2021 is the next Battlefield game.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
I'm
that's gonna be
excited.
interesting.
We saw some developments of it, some facial scans and everything. It looks really good. I'm really happy with it because it's kind of like the first time Call of Duty and Battlefield are going head to head again. Because like if you
And a
remember,
lot.
yeah, because you remember that like after Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3, of course, Call of Duty started going to a more futuristic style of game, and then Battlefield basically reaffirmed itself by going into the World War
Yeah,
One.
but yeah,
Yeah,
World War One.
and then they fucked it up with Battlefield 5, and they're very
Yeah.
safe, very safe
Well,
social
like
justice warrior version of World War
that was
Two.
actually like back then, like it was always like two sides of a camp. Like it was either you're a COD person, or you're a Battlefield person. Like all the
Yeah.
time, it's like people would say COD or Battlefield, but then like after Battlefield One, I believe that's the World War one.
Yep.
Like that completely changed. Like it wasn't like a tight competition between two camps anymore. It was Battlefield is basically superior to Call of Duty,
Yep, and then finally with
and
Modern
then they
Warfare
both became
2019.
trash.
Well, I was really excited for Modern Warfare 2019 because it really felt like Call of Battlefield in a way
Yeah,
because it just reminded me of like Battlefield
but
3.
what got me about Call of Duty World War Two is that like they wanted to be Battlefield, which I always thought was kind of strange.
Yeah. Well, I think they really wanted to be Battlefield Modern Warfare 2019 because the maps were huge. The, the time to kill
Yeah,
was really short and like with all the different weapon modifications and everything.
yeah,
That's where it really felt like they were trying to be Battlefield, especially like with the equipment. And so
yeah,
to finally see these like both these FPS like franchises finally kind of going back to basics and kind of trying to
yeah,
outbest each other again, it's going to be kind of refreshing
yeah.
because because before it was kind of like each franchise had their own thing, either in the past or in the future.
Yeah. Well, then also it was like uh, Battlefield was like a little more strategic and it was a lot more of a game of snipers.
Yeah.
And COD was too, but that was mostly quickscope. Like Battlefield is a lot more trying to figure out, the drop of your bullets, what range, and
Oh yeah, Call of Duty is
where your
definitely
person's
more of
going.
a what do you call it? Like a arcade shooter, like a
Yeah,
more hyper realistic version of Warfare.
but then, but also like, when you got into friends, it was like, hey, the enemy's pushing toward A. We should get a couple guys over toward A while we get to swing over to the back line and go over to try to get their back line and go to C, try to flank them or something like that.
Hmm.
And COD is just mostly, yeah, I know it's like charge at people and that has kind of uh, changed a bit where it's a little more campy now, but
Uh huh.
back then it was a lot more just
Live die repeat. Live
charge
die
in,
repeat.
yeah, live die repeat, which I did enjoy because I loved Battlefield, but when you die and then you have to spend another 2 or 3 minutes running across the map, it really made you not want to die.
Yep. And now look at Modern Warfare. That's all it was,
Yeah.
spawning at the opposite end of the map. But yeah, I'm
But
really
then,
excited for that competition to re-spark up because it's been kind of a lull in regards to that.
yeah, like we haven't really heard anything from like the developers of Battlefield in a while either.
Yeah, no, we haven't. Other than like the I don't even know if it was leaked or if it was actually revealed, but just that kind of like tech demonstration. That's all I heard about it.
Yeah, like what was the last one they did? They did that World War II one,
Yeah,
right?
Battlefield 5, which is like a
Yeah,
very
Battlefield
that
5.
was one with the woman in the
Oh
main
yeah, and
thing.
everyone hated.
Yeah.
They had like a German, a Swedish, I think it was like a Swedish soldier, like I skiing down a mountain, and he was speaking Swedish or something,
Hmm.
and he was skiing down this mountain, talking to his commander. He had no idea what he was saying because the subtitles were white against the white snow, and it was like 9-point font.
Oh boy.
So like the commander's trying to give you like a mission rundown. So the level finally starts. You have no idea what you're supposed to do because you couldn't read the mission briefing.
I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I must
I
kill.
must kill.
And of course, you gotta talk about Halo Infinite. You know that big ass game that's coming out because it had to be
Oh,
pushed
dude,
back. Oh,
Star
sorry.
Citizen is finally get a release before that game comes out.
Dude, Half-Life 3 is gonna come out before.
Oh, I love that meme where like this shows the brute just like, what's up, bro? God, I love that freaking photo. Yeah, I feel like they spoiled Halo Infinite way too soon.
Yeah,
Like they should not have done that.
I don't know what they've been doing because like when they revealed it, it did not look like next generation graphics.
No, like that was like the big push. Like, this is gonna be a game made for the next generation,
And
and
this looks
it
like
looked like we're back in original Halo days.
yeah, that wasn't a good move by 343, was it?
No,
I almost said
well,
Bungie.
I think it's because like the Halo because they were on a roll for a while. Is this like the almost like COD where they would come out with like a Halo game every 1 or 2 years,
Hmm.
and then they came out with Halo 5, and then nothing for about what for 3 4 years.
Up, I'm just reading the list of IGN games coming out in 2020 2021. It says here GTA 5 for the next generation of console.
Can't let it go. Gotta milk this cow until it's dead.
I remember purchasing.
This game just has milk. Just has dust coming out of its teats right now, and they're still
Dude,
trying to milk it.
Skyrim is jealous of this game.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Microsoft bought. Is it freaking
Bethesda,
Skyrim's?
yeah, Bethesda,
But
like,
Bethesda said it would stop coming out with stop remaking freaking Skyrim.
enough. Yeah, I
Well,
remember
they gotta.
purchasing GTA 5 on the 360. I still have my copy of it, and I remember
Yeah,
playing the online day one and how trash it was.
yeah.
Look how far we've come.
But like,
God of War Ragnarok is also slated.
oh really?
I'm
I see.
excited.
I can't really weigh in on God of War games. I guess the newest God of War game was pretty good, but I just didn't really enjoy the original God of War games.
Well, I was 10 years old when I played those games, and so as an adolescent, I really enjoyed those games.
Yeah,
But I have
good.
not taken a look.
Bloody
Blood,
murder.
tits,
Oh yeah, Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, yeah. So I don't
God,
know.
that was freaking brutal how you kill her off.
Yeah. Yes, I honestly remember Helios?
Oh yeah,
He used his head as an item.
yeah. I think that's kind. I know. I think that's mostly because I just didn't like Kratos too much.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he has intentions of like, oh yeah, the God's fucked me over, so I'm gonna kill him. But it's just like, that's it. Like, I don't know.
that's
We
all.
gotta do this three. We gotta do this 3 times.
It's the equivalent of John Wick.
Yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. Just angry all the time, angry at everything.
Not to mention
He,
Rainbow Six
he
Quarantine
destroy
is
he
also.
destroys the. People are telling him, yo, dude, you're destroying the world. It's like, fuck the world, kill the
Fuck the world.
gods.
Fuck the
At the
world.
very end, it's like, oh shit, I fucked the world.
I should not have done that. I should not have done
Yeah.
that. No, but also Rainbow Six Quarantine is slated to come out between April 2021 or March 2022
God.
between those dates. Let's talk about the big ass elephant in the room. Cyberpunk 2027 or what is it?
Oh,
2077.
yeah, 2077.
Other thing, I'm not really a big
And
RPG
everyone has
guy,
talked about
and
everyone's talked about Cyberpunk 2077. We just want to cash in on it as well.
Ah, oh my
I
goodness.
mean, yes, okay, this is my thing on Cyberpunk 2021, 2077. Fuck me.
Fuck me.
Um, ba- amazing game. I love playing Cyberpunk 2077. I actually played it day one on a PlayStation 4. All
Nice,
right.
nice.
I didn't update it. I didn't get the day one patch. And I could only play this game for maybe about 45 minutes before it would crash every single time.
It's terrible.
And like, yes, there are things like you can't pick shit up. There's a lot of glitches and stuff like that. But other than that, like, if we look past that, it's a good game. Like, honestly, I wasn't looking forward. Like, I wasn't expecting this game to be flawless when it first came out. Most open world RPGs aren't like are the buggiest pieces of garbage you've ever played when they first come out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that they're kind of sticking with it. Like, yeah, they promise a lot of things that never came to fruition and probably never will.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're probably never. CD Projekt Red is never gonna probably ever recover from this.
Like
But
they're gonna
it's
they're
still
gonna
it's still
they're
a
gonna have an asterisk against their name for the rest of time.
yeah. Like, but it's still a fun game that I really enjoy playing.
I think this might have been a mute topic for me because I actually don't think I played any games that came out in 2020
No.
that have any significance.
All right. So uh, I am a big fan of the Watch Dogs series as well.
Oh yeah,
I
because
know. Ev-
the latest game came out, right?
Everyone, yeah, everyone uh, hates on the first game. You know, I thought the first game was just fine. I enjoyed the first game. The second game, it was also really fun. I just felt like it was too memey.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was just Everyone was just doing everything for the memes.
Of course.
And like when one of your friends dies, I don't really care because one, he doesn't do anything. He's the only cast in that entire game that actually didn't do anything and he wants to care.
Mm-hmm.
And then like immediately everyone just starts making memes afterwards. I was like, oh no, our friend died. Let's get back to making memes. But Watch Dogs Legion came out this year, and I was super excited for it. And it came out, and it's just super mediocre.
That's what I've gathered from reviews and videos online.
Yeah, like it's not a bad game. It's not an amazing game like they were saying it was going to be. Like yeah, it's cool. You can play as anyone, but like you kind of like make like your own headcanon for these people. But like I don't know, some of the dialogue is kind of flat. The driving is not that great. 90% of the time, you don't even drive because the game actually drives for you.
Nice, nice.
But like hacking and combat's pretty fun, even though the game actually does screw you over a lot in combat. Like I remember I was doing this one where you had to like steal money from a bank.
Yeah.
Basically, what you're doing, you're just like, so you had to like go in, and it's just like, oh, you got to sneak in there. So I was like, I'm actually not gonna sneak. So I surfed the cameras, got to where I needed to do. I did probably spent 15 minutes like surfing through like 20 different cameras and solving this one puzzle to rob this bank. And I finally rob it, and they're like, "Oh, sweet." There's like, "Oh no, you tripped an alarm somehow, even though no one saw you. You tripped an alarm. The police are on their way." So it's like, "Oh
Of
no."
course.
So I get my gun out and I start running toward the front door, and of course, it's like it's like those games where it's like as soon as you walk inside a building, your mini map like blows up so you can see like the entire interior of the building. So I walk toward the front door. All of a sudden, three cops come busted in with shotguns and just instantly blow me away. I was like, and let me tell you, it was only maybe about 5 seconds in between. It's like, yo, you tripped an alarm, get out of there, and these cops busting in with shotguns and just blow me away.
Jesus.
I was like, and I was like, oh yeah, you failed the mission because you didn't get away. So I was like, what do you mean?
I think the only game that I actually kind of played in 2020, this doesn't really count because it's a remaster. And it would be the Modern Warfare 2 remaster that came out earlier this year or last year that I didn't care for mainly because it was just the campaign, and they were still charging people like for how much was it? I think $20,
Oh yeah.
which was still insane for a game that came out in 2011, I believe, or 2010. Actually no, 2009. Yeah, because Black Ops came out in 2010.
Oh okay.
And so this is a really old game. A 10, 11-year-old game, and they're still charging us $20 for it. And yeah, it's remastered, but they didn't even include all the game. This is the campaign. They didn't include like the spec ops. They didn't include the multiplayer. Or even if it was like even if I could just play local play, that would be nice.
Yeah.
You could at least give me that option. I didn't really have to have online multiplayer, but that was kind
Yeah.
of scummy. And you know they're only keeping the Modern Warfare like multiplayer
Cash grab.
because yeah, because as soon as one of their games goes down the shitter, they're gonna just like release it. Now, okay, so right now we're gonna talk about our time playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 because it was kind of a journey because we didn't purchase it initially at launch,
Oh man,
and I don't
we
know
had
why.
so
Well,
many ups and downs playing that game.
do you know why we didn't play it at first? Or what were you even playing before that? We were playing GTA and Rainbow Six, right?
Uh, yeah, we're playing Rainbow Six. We're doing a lot of Apex. We were really big into Apex for
Oh
a
yeah, we were.
while,
Yeah, I forgot about that time.
but like it was. I think it was mostly because uh, like people were still kind of coming off the high of like the battle royale version of it. Like I think we're just kind of like tired of battle royale games because we played quite a bit of them,
Yeah, because
and we
we
just
did.
wanted to do something.
Yeah, we
But
were kind of
but
aces
then
in Apex at season 2, weren't we? I remember we got quite a few dubs in
yeah,
Apex,
I think we got like I think we got like 12 dubs.
and
And mind you,
yeah.
we're filthy casual gamers, so that might not seem like many.
Q logo.
But when you got college and jobs and everything like that, you play when you can.
So it's very hard to sit down and play a 35-minute game of battle royale.
Yeah,
And it's also annoying when you can only play with three or two of your friends.
yeah. I think we're also kind of holding out just to see if it was good.
I know
Cause,
our friend
because
Anthony
like,
or Adept, he had purchased Black Ops 4, and we tried playing it with him at his
oh
house, and
my, oh,
we hated it. It
the only
was,
time we had fun is when we made our own stupid custom games.
or we made fun of one of the operators saying it's boon time, but it
Yeah,
really
it's
sounded like
poon
it's
time.
poon time. It really sounded like she said poon. And
But
so yeah, because
but
yeah, we're just playing Apex, or playing Rainbow Six, or playing GTA. All games
yeah,
where we
I
can
think
play with multiple people.
yeah, there's multiple people where yeah, you can come and do stuff, or you can just kind of screw around for a while. God, what else? I'm trying to think of what else we were playing during that time, but
I think
yeah,
that was it.
I think we're mostly just kind of holding out to see it was actually worth it, and then we saw, I think we all mostly just watched like other people play it and stuff like that,
And then it went on
and
sale.
then yeah, then we went on sale, and oh no, we're because I think if we bought this the same time like Star Wars Battlefront 2 was actually got good.
Oh yeah, because I remember I purchased Modern Warfare when it was, I think it was $30.
Yeah,
I know that's when I
and
bought it.
then I think uh I think Ace got it first, and he played, and he said it's actually pretty fun.
I want to say, yeah, I want to say that was the
Because
deciding factor.
out of all of us, he's probably the most hardcore COD player.
He is
He
probably
is the
the
best
best.
out of
He
all
is
of
the
us.
best out of all of us.
This man watches pro gamers. He watches esports.
It's just so easy for this man just to just to
Yeah.
play these games nice. But
He makes it look
so
too easy. It makes me angry.
and so we bought. Okay, so we bought the game. This was the tail end of season 2, when the simp character was available, and
Yeah, yeah.
Myra the operator was available, and I did not buy the
Yeah,
battle pass that one.
yeah, I think she just came out.
And so that's how I remember. That's how I remember we were in season 2. That's when
She
Myra.
was she was
That.
everywhere.
Yep.
Like honestly, like who kind of cares? It's a first-person game. You're not seeing anything.
But we
Only time
all
you're
know.
seeing anything is when she's dead on the ground, unless you're in that thing.
We see her at the end of kill cams just getting wrecked.
Yeah.
And
But hey, let me tell you how much I like Call of Duty Warzone. When we
ooh,
first started playing, my Warzone loadout, this is my Warzone loadout, was a P90 and a 725 shotgun.
oh my gosh.
That was my main loadout. That's how much That's how little I cared about that game when we first started.
I don't think Warzone was even a thing, was it, when we first started playing? Because
No, no, it was in. I think it was in beta. I want to say it was in beta.
I want to say it was in beta too, because I don't think it was a full
Well, no, in
fledged.
season four, it was out for sure. But when we first
Let
started, it
me
was just kind of starting out.
let me pull over real quick and check this shit out, because I really don't remember when that was released.
Yeah,
When was War Warzone was released March 10th, 2020. A lot of people didn't like it because it was a more campy version of Call of Duty, but honestly, what version of Call of Duty isn't camping? So I don't really see what the whole
oh,
argument was.
you think it was bad then?
Like,
Oh, well,
like,
I'll wait until later in the discussion.
well, the problem was, like, of course they made the maps with doors, so you could actually you could be holed up in a room completely.
Yeah, and they had like really hard angles as well to like
A lot,
try to
especially with
get these people.
with the mounting position too.
Yeah,
Like, I think I believe this game would have benefited, at least for the camper, like, resist, I guess, or camper, like, protection. Is this game would have been would have been better if they had a spawn on teammate kind of respawn,
yeah,
because
but
it
yeah,
was.
I feel like this is like the best time we had, but also like the worst time we had during it. Like I remember
Yeah.
like sometimes we just didn't feel like playing it because we were just so upset with the game.
Well, I don't think we were really upset with the game more than we were upset that two guns would dominate the entire game for a week, a
Yeah,
month, and that was super
yeah, it
annoying.
was. Yeah, until they kind of brought it back, which was pretty nice. What was it? I think it was the Fennec, and then was like one other gun.
MP5, the AK,
Yeah, that was back when they I
MP7.
think they nerfed a lot of the guns, but then like the MP5 still reigned supreme, which I don't understand why. But it's like
It's been
Call of
okay in
Duty
recent games.
has
Like
like for some reason they just have like the biggest hard on for the MP5 and the AK-47.
honestly, but the MP5 was okay during like the other games. Like it was a regular gun. But
Yeah,
in this
it was
this
reliable.
iteration, then this iteration was a freaking monster.
Yeah. Do you know how quickly you can kill someone in Call of Duty Warzone with an MP5 with a power stopping rounds? Like it was disgusting.
Like that's the one thing I hated because they obviously didn't like they had the guns, they had the guns, I imagine they had some kind of what do you call it, balance to the guns. But I
Yeah,
guarantee you, they did not take into account the other weapons that were going to come out with the game as the seasons went on. Because
yeah,
there's no possible way. They wanted these weapons to be at the forefront of everybody's mind, and so they made them the best weapon for the season. And it was
yeah,
annoying because if you did not play the way they wanted you to play, you were not going to have fun. And
yeah. You were
that's
not gonna win anything.
that was my biggest problem with the game is that they forced you to play, and because it was annoying because it's probably one of the most beautiful games actually it is probably the most graphically speaking one of the best, probably the best Call of Duty game ever graphically speaking. Like
Yeah,
it was so pretty, the guns, the animations, like the colors, and
but
then
yeah,
they
like
just uh,
but yeah. Then also like I I'm just kind of waiting for Call of Duty to make the Dragunov better because like what iteration of Call of Duty
you're gonna be
has
waiting
the
a
Dragunov
long
ever
time,
been good?
you're gonna be waiting a long
Yeah,
time, my
like
friend.
why even have it in the game? We're just gonna make it trash every single time
Yeah.
you have it on a game.
Honestly, if you're just gonna
Yeah,
play with some friends, it isn't that bad of a Call of Duty.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, there's not really an original map I really particularly care for in this game. Because what
Oh, shoot house, shoot
outside
house. Oh,
shootout is probably
mm,
one of the it's probably a top like
mm.
probably a top
Per-
15 like Call of Duty.
perfection. My opinion, perfection. Shoot
but
house is perfection.
but honestly, other than that, are there any maps that we can honestly say that we would decide to keep if they made a Modern Warfare 2?
Out of all the maps on that one,
I don't think because most of the good maps like
I know I is was Palace one that they made, or is that from a different
Palace.
COD?
No, Palace is a which one's Palace again?
It's the one with the big, huge, like white building in the middle, and then you have like the roads off to like the sides of it, and then you have like the one like pool and like containers with a little tiny building off to the like the left of the palace.
Okay, yeah. That one's an original one.
Yeah,
That one's okay, but
I
like I
say,
said, I think in any other Call of Duty it probably wouldn't work.
yeah, I say I enjoy playing Palace. What's another one? Was it Crash Site, the one with the down helicopter? No, that's from a different COD.
That's from a different COD. No,
Yeah,
no, no. Crash was there, but that was from the that's from the original Modern Warfare.
yeah. Um, Caves, you can go die.
Yeah, Azure Cave. Yeah, no, that one is
Fuck
awful.
Azure Cave. Fuck the caves.
What about Euphrates Bridge and Piccadilly?
Um, Euphrates Bridge, like I just never see it in the rotation.
Yeah, they took it out. That's why.
Yeah, I just say, the amount of times I played on Euphrates Bridge, I can probably count it on two hands.
But like, it's definitely a more popular like infected map though.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't really have an opinion on Euphrates Bridge. Like the few games I actually played on it, I thought it was all right.
I think it's just capture the bridge and pray.
Yeah, and then what was the other one you said?
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly. Kind of trying to remember
That's
Piccadilly.
the London
Oh,
Street. The London Street.
oh, I love Piccadilly.
You like
Oh no,
Piccadilly?
I like Piccadilly.
I hate Piccadilly with all my heart.
Yeah.
I would burn that map.
I mean, it depends on what game mode you're actually playing, I think.
Really.
Like team deathmatch, I think is just fine. Domination can be kind of annoying depending on what kind of team you're up against.
Hmm.
But like capture the point, no, I refuse to play capture the point on that.
Hardport or yeah, Hardport. Hardport's just the 1 point, right?
Yeah, I think it's like King of the Hill. It's basically like the King of the Hill
Okay.
version.
Oh, okay, so
But otherwise, like playing Infection on that map is pretty freaking fun too.
yeah, it's pretty
Like
fun. Yeah, I'll admit that.
like like we memed on that map with Infection.
We have get everybody to put down their shield or their
Yeah, we
deployable
turtled down
cover.
in down in the tunnel, and it was hilarious. Like we had like 10 people down there, and the Infected could not find us because they would refuse to believe that we're down in the basement. But then some prick had to
Had to
shoot. Of course, had
shoot.
to shoot his gun down there.
That was so stupid. We were it was beautiful because everyone had their trophy systems and shit.
Yeah,
And that's okay. So let's talk about another aspect because of course the multiplayer is only 1/3 of it. The multiplayer was I'm sorry, the campaign was amazing, just incredibly short.
yeah.
It's probably
Like
one of the better Call of Duty campaigns.
like they when they were showing like for the trailer and stuff like that, they were like showing off his campaign. Like it was gonna be like a big part of it. Like they were like really proud of like the campaign animations and stuff like that. But like it was only like what 5 missions?
Yeah, it was really really short, but it was beautiful.
Like
It was
yeah,
cool.
like back in the day, I could admit that COD had a better campaign than Battlefield.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
COD used to have like really good campaigns, and then I don't understand why they decided to just take that and flush it down the
I
toilet.
think that was the Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3. No idea what the hell that
Yeah,
campaign was. Of course, Black Ops 4 didn't even have a campaign.
yeah, but like that was like part of the reason I actually really enjoyed COD was the campaign. Like you can have a really good multiplayer experience on COD and still have a really good campaign.
This is true. This is true. I know I didn't care very much for the World War II campaign, but the multiplayer was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay, so so that's our acknowledgments of the campaign. Let's talk about Spec Ops, or really the lack thereof.
I thought we go. I thought the third point was gonna be the Warzone part of it,
Oh,
the
that's kind
battle
of a
royale.
well, that's another that's what it was. It did not launch with that. Remember that
Yeah,
that launched halfway through the game's lifespan
true.
because we had Spec Ops, but it wasn't Spec Ops. It was like what 4 missions, including one what do you call it? One survival like mode
Yeah,
that wasn't very good because you get shot immediately when you spawn in.
yeah, and then well, that's kind of for all like the survival maps. Is like all the NPCs spawn in before you do, so you just get surrounded.
And so, and let's talk about a mode that did not work for the longest time. And remember, we could not team up in this mode unless we broke the game. Survival,
Yep,
which
survival.
was a fan favorite from Modern Warfare 3, made its triumphant questionable return
Bro-
when
broken,
it was broken.
absolutely shattered.
You could not team up with your friends. You could not go
Oh
into the
my god.
menu and invite your friends to your game. You had to make a game by yourself, and your friends would have to join you for it to work because you could not invite your
Oh my
friends.
dude, I've seen
That's another
I've
thing,
seen
though. What's up?
I've seen plates thrown against the wall that was in better shape than the Call of Duty Survival.
Oh my goodness! But let's talk about something else, though. How broken was like not kind of like the HUD? It's
You
like the
couldn't get past round 48. The game would crash.
yeah, but what about like the menu where sometimes your friends would randomly be offline and you can't invite them to your game,
Or the fucking party chat.
or the party chat would just cut out every now
I
and then.
remember.
Like,
Oh my god. Oh. I remember back in season 5, the party chat was so freaking broken. We would have like five people in our game on party chat, and like one or two of them just couldn't. They could hear everyone else, but no one else could hear them.
Yeah, like it was so weird.
So
We had
you
to
do
like
the
talk through each
have to
other.
quit. So you do that. The back out of the lobby and get back in, which 90% of the time didn't work, or you would have to like quit the game,
It
like
was
shut the game down.
it was stupid. I don't know why. I don't know
And
what
even
the
sometimes,
problem was.
even that wouldn't work.
Like I don't know what the problem was. Maybe because it was cross-platforming, but like sometimes even people on the same console wouldn't even get to hear each other. It's just super weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, I
back.
think
Sorry, go ahead.
uh, I think most of us have it on Xbox, and like even people on Xbox that can't hear other people on Xbox. I think I actually had the most problem with other people on Xbox.
Like what makes no sense. What happened?
Yeah.
All right, but
I don't
yes,
understand what happened.
going back to survival mode, you could not beat round 48. It would just shut off.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't just
But
one or two
also,
times, but every time we tried it before the patch was like that. It was so weird.
but I don't know, I feel like this version of survival is the easiest version of survival you will ever play.
Yeah, yeah. The enemies don't
Because,
really get harder.
like, I think it's because, one, the AI is super fucking stupid.
Yeah, they are very, very dumb. They are.
But then
And
also, I think, uh, with you able to buy, one, a respawn, and two, a
Jug.
jug suit, I think jug is what makes, like, what breaks the game.
Also, it's super cheap. It's only like $10,000.
Yeah, no, it's $15,000, I
It's
think.
$15,000. Yeah,
But
it's
like
super cheap.
once you get Jug though, like you're good for the next 30 rounds, and by that time you can buy Jug like 15, like 7 more times.
Yeah, it after maybe the second playthrough, it's the easiest ever. Maybe the
Yeah,
first time is a little trouble, but after that, it's nothing.
I don't know. Maybe we guys gotta try it sometime and say that just don't use Jug Suit, but
Jug is
we
banned.
shouldn't have to say that.
Yeah, there's not really a point where it becomes too difficult. It just kind of just remains the same. It
But
gets
like
boring
also,
after a while.
but yeah, like in like some of the maps in Modern Warfare and the old Modern Warfare, like that were you couldn't always like camp this one spot. You would have to like move and like try to run away from people. And in this version, it's always get in this one building, stay here. That's it.
Not to mention, like in Modern Warfare 3, you could use all the maps
Yeah,
as you know in survival. You couldn't use like the face-off maps because they're too small, whatever. But all
yeah,
maps had their own difficulty too. And I think there's only like 10 maps you can do in 29 in Modern Warfare 2019, which is kind of bullshit.
yeah,
And half of them I don't think you
yeah.
can
You
even
can't.
do the DLC maps.
No.
That's like it gets boring after a while. If you like hit like round 50 and all the maps, there's not much else to do.
Yeah, but then also I feel like jugs aren't as much of a threat in this game as they used to be.
They definitely go down easier.
Like I remember, like you would have problems with like facing one jug with 3 people in Mono MW3. Like that would give you problems. This and this one, like you can take a jug down by yourself most of the time.
Mhm. Also, probably the biggest crime is that they took off. They what do you call it? They removed the ability to call in Delta Squad and a riot team.
Ah, my
That was
boys,
yeah, our
me
AI
and the
controlled
boys hanging out
boys.
with Delta Squad.
You can't do that. I get it that
Ah,
Delta Squad wasn't a thing in this game, but you could at least got caught in the group of recon Marines. Come on, something
they have the NPCs for it.
like it's so
Oh,
stupid.
rip, Riot Shield Delta Squad.
Oh my gosh, that's one of the funnest parts. Just having like some AI controlled buddies that could take all the bullets for you.
Yeah, just have like freaking like I don't know Ripper or some shit come down, and then you have like a Black Hawk Down moment where you just see him get shot in the street. You're just like, no, Ripper!
I think the best part was like playing a game where you're trying to keep them all alive.
Yeah, like
Like
you wanted to save these guys, even though they're here to save you.
Even though you can clearly drop people in, I don't know why you can't just save me.
And they were actually fairly competent AI. Like they could
Yeah,
actually
they
like
weren't that
hold their
bad.
own.
Yeah, stick with you for a couple rounds before they just die.
Yeah,
Not to
and
mention,
then
like the
also
ride shield is can
also
lose
like
their ride shield.
yeah. What I also kind of liked about it too is that they actually gave them like kill animations. It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like they got if they like got too close to like an enemy NPC, like they would do like a cool like execution or something like that.
It was definitely, like I said, there's so much right that was with Modern Warfare 3 survival mode that they could have just ported over and it continued
Yeah,
on with that, but they just decided to do this, and it
yeah,
just
but
wasn't
uh,
the same.
I also feel like yeah, there are a variety of maps in MD in this new Warzone for survival, but I feel like your point on all the maps are always the same. Find one building that you can just fortify and survive.
Yeah.
Which I know you can also do in Modern Warfare 3, but like each map kind of did it differently.
hmm
Like Resistance, yeah, you got the balcony or you got the house. What was it? Construction. Sometimes you would like to go hide in the tube. Sometimes you would try to hide in one that have constructed building, but half the time you would have to like run in between those two to try to like fortify one and get pushed out to go to the
Well,
other. This one's
again,
just like
like
no, you
part
just stay here.
again, part of that is because the mechanics of Modern Warfare 2019 was they wanted you to be able to mount and hold up in places. So they
Yeah.
deliberately made buildings that you can kind of do that as long as you have a team.
Also, I feel like there's actually a really nice variety in maps in MW3 compared to the new Warzone because like yeah, there are a variety, but it's just like yo, you want London or do you want Afghanistan?
Do you want desert? Do
Do
you
you want
want building?
Do you want desert? Do you want desert? Do you want desert? Do you want like everything was like the same color palette. Like it's
Yep.
either gray or brown.
hmm
Like it gets very boring to look at.
Yeah,
Like yes, it makes everyone else pop a lot better, but it's just like I don't know. Give me some like weird like fighting in like some kind of nightclub or some shit like that.
it's something different, something eye catching. It just maybe by a beach.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
I get oh god, like for me, I can barely tell the difference between Crashite and not Crashite and that one other one. God, what's that one that we always get pissed on that had like buildings on both sides? It was the one that we used to like
backlot,
sit in that one build. What?
backlot.
Yeah, backlot. Like something like backlot, Crashite, and the caves all feel like the same map to me.
Part of that is because backlot and Crasher from both Modern Warfare 1, the original.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it just feels so same to me.
Yeah,
Like there's
it
the
definitely gets
sand
repetitive
everywhere.
after a while.
I don't like sand.
It gets everywhere.
It's coarse and rough. Gets everywhere,
That is
and it
our
is literally everywhere.
our daily Star Wars reference quota. We hit it. Okay, okay. So we covered multiplayer. We covered a little bit of campaign. We covered a little bit of Spec Ops and survival. Of course, the last bit
Yep.
of it is Warzone, which came out halfway through the life cycle in whatever day I said. I forgot already. But we played that we played that during beta too.
Yeah.
And do we have any thoughts about that? Because they just I think the biggest part is that they only had the same map for a while, and it was just
Yeah.
the ground war map, which it's not
I gotta say, I love it so much. I hate it.
yeah, it's a really love hate relationship with that mode.
Like, I enjoy playing it with people. Like, I enjoy when we can sit down and run around tactically and actually have a good time. Like, sometimes you might get a couple team wipes or something like that. But then other nights, some nights, it just seems like the server is like out to get you. You can't land in a good spot. Every time you start getting some momentum, you just get clapped.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. Maybe the ring just moves too slow, but it's a really really campy mode.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we've been caught outside of the ring before a lot. Like we've actually been outrun by the ring this few times.
Yep. And
But I feel like in this latest season they kind of ruined it. Like it's not fun to play right now.
you mean with the integration to Cold War?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, no, it's not.
because they introduced not the Uzi, the Mac 10, which
Oh,
is
the Mac 10, the God
broken,
gun.
and then like the AK is also stupidly good. What else is insanely good? We got like yes, it's good that the meta has changed, but meta should change because guns are good. They shouldn't be ass clappingly good.
Because developers say this is going to be good for this week.
Yeah, like if I'm waiting for a dude to come through a door and he runs through a claymore to get to me, and I start unloading on him. I spend like 15 bullets in uh, the chest on this dude. He doesn't go down, but he can just hip fire a Mac 10 at me, and I die in 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, it's not fun after that point. And
it's just like with the Mac 10 is just point and click and win. Point, click, win. You don't have to be just shoot in the general direction, and you're gonna win.
you'll be fine. Snap on target.
Which yes, the MP5 had like the same like problems, but it got to the point where you kind of evolved to it, and they made it a little better. Like they nerfed it a few times, I believe.
Yeah, a few times it did, but it's still a monster.
It's still a monster, but it's a controllable monster.
Of course, now you have both versions of the MP5 in the game now.
Yeah, that's one thing I kind of hate too. Is like, yes, it's kind of cool that we can have like Cold War weapons, but it's just like I save it for the Cold. I save it for the Cold War
Yeah, for the Cold
debate
War
we're gonna
side.
have.
Yeah, that's it. Cause yeah, I liked Warzone because it was a battle royale, but it was like the Call of Duty spin on the battle royale. With like the loadout
Yeah,
drops and the gulag. I don't believe any other battle royale lets you spawn again, unless I'm
no,
wrong. Not in that way. 'Cause I know in Apex you have to get your beacon and you have to revive your
yeah.
teammate.
Like I think Apex first introduced it. It's just that it was like a high risk, high reward maneuver.
Yeah,
But in this one, they kind of minimized that. Like
yeah.
they gave you a
You
second
get your chance. You get
chance.
your chance to come back, which is nice. Or you can be bought back, which is nice too.
Yeah,
Although I definitely wish you can't be bought back. I feel like that kind of cheapens it.
yeah. Well, also another thing that kind of gets me are the amount of times you can res someone
Also,
because like I always get annoyed when you're like pinned down in a field by two dudes like sniping at you, and you finally down one of them, only to have one of his teammates pick him back up, and you like down him 5 or 6 times and just keep getting back up over and over again. It's just
oh
like
yeah.
there should be a limit to how many times you can get downed in Warzone before the game says, "Okay, screw it, you're dead. This is
Hmm.
it. You're done."
Let's see. I think we can probably jump over to Cold War and
Oh
that
boy.
fiasco because
Oh yeah.
I remember I was actually I don't know if were you excited for Cold War because I actually was really excited for Cold War
I was
because
not.
you have, you were right not to be. If you don't know, Cold
I
War.
knew it was going to be trash. You
Yeah,
just had to watch the trailer.
I was optimistic, but I probably shouldn't have been because if you don't know this, Black Ops Cold War is the culmination of Treyarch and Sledgehammer games, the ones that made Advanced Warfare and World War II, because they initially were making the game along with Raven Software, but then
The
halfway
two
through the
most hated COD games.
then halfway through that development cycle, Activision, the publisher of the game, said, "Nope, you're off the project," and brought in Treyarch, who had just finished working on Black Ops 4, while
Mm,
while Modern Warfare was literally halfway through its cycle, and so they were
yeah.
tasked with finishing the game, and they turned it into a Black Ops remake slash continuation of the series. So
So
we,
they basically took the creators of the three most hated Call of Duty games
yep,
and told them make a game.
make it, yeah, make us money. Again, I was on the I participated in the Black Ops Alpha and Beta, uh, and I
For
was
Cold
not,
War?
yeah, I was not impressed.
No.
We had Armada and I believe Moscow and another map, I believe, and it was, it was okay, it was fun. We were hoping that there'd be more maps, and at the end of the day, when launch day came, we had 8 maps.
But yeah, you only had 8 maps and we didn't get any more.
8 maps, technically six, because the 6v6 maps, two of them were just cut off version of the larger 10v10 map,
Oh,
10v10
nice.
maps. So that was fun. Of course, that we had nothing for about 14 days. Then they added the savior, Nuketown.
That still couldn't save it.
They could not save it, no. And so we waited around for season one to launch, and we got a couple maps. We got Mall, and we got a game show map called what do the numbers mean? But we couldn't select them in custom games. We're stupid. Uh,
Yeah.
and it was nice to receive some new maps, but it really couldn't save it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they had Miami, which no one liked playing in.
yeah, Miami is not the funnest map. It's just too open and too many.
Moscow, not a fun map. Like none of the maps are fun, in
I
my
think
opinion. Like,
Crossroads is kind of the funnest, but
yeah,
honestly, it gets kind of annoying playing that map as well.
yeah. So for me, it's like I mostly got it for the zombies. Like the zombies actually looked like it was going to be really good. I think
Yeah.
it's okay. Like the way they advertised it, it seemed like they were going back to like really horror central.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be like a lot of jump scares and like scares and stuff like that, and it's not.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's actually out of all of the zombie games, it's actually the brightest of all of the Call of Duty zombies.
Yeah.
There's not a single dark corner in that map.
Before you turn on the power at least.
Yeah, but like I remember the days of World at War. That game was horrifying.
Yep. When you first unlocked Nazi zombies for the first time.
Yeah, when you first got Nazi zombies, it was like, oh my god. But also like Call of Duty Black Ops 3 when you were in Alcatraz.
Yeah. Black Ops 2. That was a really
Yeah,
fun
Black
map
Ops 2.
too.
Yeah, Black Ops 2. Sorry, I haven't played that in so long. Oh, here we go.
There we are. We found it.
Luxury.
Luxury.
As he just goes sliding across the room. Alright. But, like, other than, like, zombies, like, I see no other reason to play the game.
Yeah. No.
Like,
I.
Team Deathmatch is okay. Like, when I play multiplayer, I don't feel like I'm playing a COD game.
No. And correct me if I'm wrong. Did they even have gun game and like one in the chamber?
I don't think so.
I don't. I honestly do not remember even seeing those options in the game. If they are, I'm sorry.
But, like,
But
it's just, the
yeah.
maps are, I feel, are uninspired. None of them are fun.
Yep.
Uh, the most egregious camping I've seen in my entire life.
Yep.
Zero recoil on all of the good guns.
Mhm.
Like all of the guns that are gonna just clap you in 2 bullets have zero recoil,
Yeah.
and like the gun grind is horrendous. Just trying to grind in that game at all is horrifying.
Grinding is okay on double XP weekend. Outside of that, no. It takes forever.
It's not worth it. Like,
My question,
God, that's
my thing
like
is,
some of the
it's
stuff you
like,
gotta.
visually, it's a downgrade from Modern Warfare 2019. And it's
Yeah.
like, honestly, I would not have minded if they kept the engine from Modern Warfare 19. I would not have minded that. I thought it's a pretty good
Like
engine.
for some reason, I don't know how to really explain it, but it just feels like toony to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
definitely. It
I
feels like a
know
cartoon.
we were complaining that like Warzone didn't have like much color to it, but this has almost like too much color.
Yeah, it's a lot of like grays and
It's
blacks and reds.
well, it's a lot like I don't think it's like too much color. I think it's just oversaturation of
Yeah,
colors.
yeah,
Like, the game is very oversaturated.
yeah. And it's yeah. I, I said this on a previous rant. With Black Ops.
None of the equipment makes sense because none of this stuff could have been a thing during the Cold War.
Yeah, like the weapon they introduced in Noobs one that grows on the assault rifle, that actually wasn't made until the mid '90s.
Yeah, and then like what also kind of got me was what was it? I forgot what it was. Well, moving along.
Well, like, this is a thing I was talking about my previous rant is with like we had just actually we literally just played the original Black Ops a couple days ago, and I prestige 3 times in that multiplayer. I have played over what would you say? I played 8 days on the multiplayer. You said if
Yeah, like three a
uh,
lot.
yeah, I played a lot of time on that game, and this not, and also this wasn't even my original account I had when I was playing when I was playing that game, so I have more. But I prestiged 3 times in that multiplayer, and I did not buy a single map pack at all. So I literally played all that base maps, and then with like Black Ops 2, I also prestiged 3 times, and I also did not buy any like map packs for that either. So it was all base maps, and I'm honestly done with this game after uh, I believe it's only been on the market when it was released. It was released November something.
Yeah.
Cold War,
Oh, it was before Christmas.
yeah, Cold War release date. It was released November 13th.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not even 2 months into it now.
Like I have zero interest in playing it. Like
Yeah,
the most fun I had,
we're under
the
two
most fun I
months.
actually had in it was its actually Christmas event
Mm-hmm.
where you throw snowballs at zombies. Like that's the funnest I had in that entire game.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of sad how like much I don't want to play this game. And
It's very forgettable.
yeah, because I really like Treyarch. I think they made banger with World at War, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 is kind of questionable. 4 was trash, but they've made some good games that I honestly enjoy playing to this day. And so to see what they did now, it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
And like it's kind of like
like
the mighty have fallen.
it it really feels like uh beta to a game that they charged you $60 for, and they have. It seems like they want to improve it, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're actually going to improve it. I don't know how they're going to improve it.
Well, some people are saying that it's Activision's fault, and to an extent, I believe that because they're a business at the end of the day. They have to push out products. But say you're working at like a
But
burger
like,
joint, and they tell and like the manager tells you, hey, you gotta spit in that burger. And you at the end of the day, you can decide if you want to spit in that burger or not. No one's making you do that. Yes, it's a job, but you always have the ability to say no.
also what got me is like Activision has actually kind of been staying out of their games lately. Like, what you said, this game would start production in what?
It would have been
Shortly right
when
after.
Black Ops 4 was released. That's when it
Yeah,
started.
Black Ops 4 was released like what, 4 years ago?
No, that would have been I think close to 3.
Three,
Black
yeah, like three.
Ops 4
But it
2018.
feels like but it feels like they pushed this game out in like a half a year.
Yep.
So you kind of have to kind of wonder if like Treyarch was kind of dragging their feet with this.
Yeah. And it it truly doesn't really feel like a
It does
Black
not
Ops
feel like a
game.
COD game. It
Yeah.
does not feel like a COD game. Like I will admit though, the campaign was actually pretty fun. I actually enjoyed playing the campaign.
Yeah.
Um, it is. I enjoyed it. It's a little too fan servicey for me. It is nothing but references to better games.
it yeah, it has a lot of references, including whole levels.
I think it is an egregious amount of references. Like I don't mind nostalgia. I don't mind references. I kind of enjoy them. But when 90% of your campaign is that,
Yeah,
and then
and
yeah, like the twist was actually kind of the twist was kind of fun, and like the RPG element was kind of fun for it. I enjoyed that.
mhm.
Yeah. But other
Twist.
than that, it's just like yeah, I'm just I'm over it.
Yeah, and it's to the point where the next Call of Duty game is already getting leaked. And
Yeah,
like
which is sad.
people are already getting excited for next year's Call of Duty, which is probably going to be a Sledgehammer game. I'm honestly really excited for Modern Warfare 2 if that's the next game from Infinity Ward, because
Yeah.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Call of Duty of all time, Modern Warfare 2. Well, if you made it to this through the end of this podcast, thank you. You achieved nothing, and as always, we are a bunch of
You
filthy
achieved
casuals.
nothing.
So we'll see
With
you
the filthy
guys
casuals
into the.
gaming.
We'll talk to you guys more into the start of 2021. So if you made it, thank you, and make
All
sure to
right,
like,
episode
comment, and
one
subscribe.
out.